SAFM, South Africa's news and information leader.
Thank you, Nancy. Top stories. Minister Gordon has a warning for certain Limpopo officials and Zimbabwe's learners hit by a teacher strike. Good afternoon. Finance Minister Pravin Gordon says that some government officials and service providers in Limpopo might be forced to appear before courts to answer questions on alleged financial irregularities. He's been briefing the media about the state of the Limpopo government, which has been put under administration. Gordon says that the supply chains and financial controls are in shambles. The provincial government had sought a R1 billion bailout from the national government after mismanaging its funds. Minister Gordon explains.
We have a set of forensic investigators that are available and will start work this week. We have courts ready if they're required, World Cup style. If we find that there is a case within the law to be answered, within the law, because we can't do anything outside of the law, then those who are required to answer the case must answer the case. They might be in the government, but the law must apply, and as we want good governance.
Gordon also says government authorities in Limpopo are to be investigated for allegedly sabotaging service delivery after key departments were placed under administration. Recently, some hospitals ran short of food and medicine. The Provincial Education Department has also failed to order textbooks and has instead placed the blame on the national government. Gordon explains.
I can also say, frankly, that there is sufficient evidence that there have been a sabotaging service delivery in order to blame non-delivery upon the national intervention. We are aware of this, and the law enforcement authorities will start acting on this particular question fairly shortly.
Tankers will provide water to Mpumalanga residents after several treatment plants were affected by heavy rains. The Provincial Cooperative Governance Department says residents supplied by the Ntunda, Sibange, Langeloop and Masipegela water treatment plants will be provided with water. The department's head, David Mahlobo, and Nkomazi Mayor Thuli Khoza have conducted an assessment of flood damage in Nkomazi. The areas most affected are Tonga, Masipegele, Driekopies, Mangweni, Steenbok, Nas and Sibange. Affected families will also receive food parcels and blankets. The Kruger National Park has also been affected and all roads have been closed due to flooding. Torrential rains lashed parts of Mpumalanga and Limpopo, causing serious floods. AfriForum has handed over a petition with more than 10,000 names urging President Jacob Zuma not to sign into law the Protection of State Information Bill. Representatives from the group presented the petition, which stretches more than a kilometre, to Zuma's office at the Union Buildings in Pretoria. The National Assembly passed the bill last year in the face of protests by opposition parties, the media and civil society, which claimed it was unconstitutional. It has since been referred to the lower house of Parliament, the National Council of Provinces, for its concurrence. The Council has established its own multi-party ad hoc committee to further process the bill. The committee is scheduled to wrap its work by April. AfriForum's Ernst Roots.
During last month, we have initiated a petition against the bill in which we had received more than 10,000 signatures within 48 hours. The petition was sent to the State President's office via email. They have, however, refused to acknowledge that they have accepted it. We have decided to print all of these names out on a big roll. The rolls together make up a total length of more than 1 kilometer and a total weight of more than 50 kilograms. So these rolls were rolled out on the lawn of the Union Buildings today.
Mobile operator Cell C has announced the appointment of Alan Notcraig as its new CEO. He takes over from Lars Reichlecht, who resigned in July last year, citing personal reasons. Notcraig has a good track record in the telecommunications industry. He previously served as CEO of Vodacom and Senior General Manager of Mobile Communications at Telkom. SALC chairperson Simon Duffy says North Craig's appointment is with effect from the 1st of April.
It's been about 6 months since we've been looking for a CEO. Today is not about people having left in the past. Today is all about the future of the company and Alan joining us as chief executive on the 1st of April. Any company goes through a degree of management turnover. We have been restructuring the business. It needed restructuring, and so we put in place a new organisation that will continue to evolve.
And finally, further afield, classes have been disrupted in most townships in Zimbabwe. This as civil servants stage a one-day strike over poor wages. Learners were turned away or sat in classrooms unattended. Angry caregivers who took their children to school said they were not warned that teachers would not be at work. The call to strike has not affected other public services. Civil service representatives have continued to warn that protests will escalate if government fails to award increases. The Zimbabwean government has refused to confirm whether it is in a position to meet the demands.